our Shirakabegura, this is Japanese words, but this means Shirakabegura means white wall brewery. Shira or shiro means white, and the kabe means wall, and the gura means brewery. So I'm going to show the outer appearance of the building of Shirakabegura later, but I think you would notice how come we named this brewery Shirakabegura. Our company had started brewing sake in 1842. At that time, our first brewery was located in Kyoto. And then 1954, we built the new brewery at Kobe, Nada, and then started brewing sake there as well. So our Shirakabegura is located in Nada district of Kobe. As you know, Kobe is very famous for the Kobe beef, but also the very famous for the good water source. So that there are many sake breweries. So in Japan, there are three big area for the sake breweries. One is this Nada district, Kobe, and another one is Fushimi district in Kyoto. And then another one is Niigata prefecture. And then we started the brewing sake from 1954. But unfortunately, in 1995, there was a huge, disastrous earthquake in Japan, in the western part of Japan, so that our brewery in Nada has been fully demolished. So, it was really huge damage for us. But we have decided that we will be building the completely new brewery at the same area. So the earthquake has occurred in 1995. And then we planned for the new brewery. It took about 3 years for planning and built the completely new brewery. And then we started the building the new brewery in 1998. And then finally, in 2001, a newly built Shirakabegura has been introduced. So this picture, just a little bit small, but shows the our Shirakabegura here. And our company, Shirakabegura, is located here in Nada district. This is the map of Japan. And as you know, the capital of Japan is Tokyo. Currently, Olympic Games has just started from yesterday. And Nada district of Kobe is located western part of Japan here. And so after the earthquake of 1995, we tried to have the new technology, but also the inheriting the old master brewers technique at the same time. So I told you that it took 3 years for planning and also 3 years for building the new brewery. But to build just a building won't take not so much time, like 3 years. But it took 3 years because we selected, and also we originally ordered all the equipments for the sake brewing, and also added the new technology as well. So, for example, we ordered the equipment which has the same technology used in the old days, like steel pot using for steaming rice, and also the machine equipment for making koji, and also the tank for the machine. These are the, of course, use the high technology at the time, but also inheriting the really old skill, which is inherited by the old sake master brewer, whose name is Mr. Fujio Mitani, who joined the Shirakabegura in 1968. So even we have the machine, which is the have the very good technology, but these are not fully automated. So even the machine is really innovative machine, but also the master brewery has to decide every time any, for example, temperature, and also the how long hours we have to make the steaming, for example. Yeah, these sort of thing, all the detailed thing, sake master brewery still decides, and then inform to the each staff, and then each staff controls the all the different knobs of the machine. So this is not the whole automated, but really combining the human technique and also the high technology of machine together. And one thing that is very unique for our Shirakabegura is that we have been awarded the annual Japan Sake Award gold medal for 13 consecutive years, which means this annual Sake Award is a really high prestigious award in Japan. And every year, over 900 of sake brands participates that contest. And around 20% of the participants could receive their gold award, which is actually not so difficult. But continuingly receiving the gold awards like 13 years is a very rare. So besides Shirakabegura, only 2 other sake breweries received 13 years consecutively for gold medals, which is we are very honored and proud of our distillery. And I also would like to explain about the this special location, Nada district of Kobe. Water source is one of the really important factor for brewing sake. And this Nada district is very famous for the good water source, which is relatively hard hard and more mineral content compared to the other area of Japan. And when we brew sake using the this hard water, and the final product would become very clear and bold, and also the really crisp and dry taste, which we would like you to taste one of our products later. And just for your information, I would like to explain about the our another brewery located in Kyoto. Kyoto is also very famous area of sake brewing, especially the Fushimi district. In Fushimi district, water source is also good, but the compared to the Nada, water from Fushimi is relatively soft. So when we brew sake using the soft water, it will become really smooth and soft and a mellow taste. So that's the very difference. And unfortunately, today we don't have the our sake brewed in Kyoto area, but we have the liqueur which we made at the that Kyoto factory. So I would also like you to try that later. Okay, so I think that's the most of the explanation of our Shirakabegura. But if you have any questions, please ask me later at the end of the this session. Thank you very much.
So we are talking about the sake today, this afternoon. You see on the screen the letter, it's called kanji, Japanese kanji character. And then this is how we write down sake in Japanese. Yes, we pronounce this word sake, but the kanji characteristic always has two ways to pronounce. Of course, one is sake, but the other one is pronounced as shu. So today we are tasting the classic sake Shirakabegura later on, but we are going to taste yuzu as well, yuzu. So like you can guess, shu and sake means the same, and then it means Japanese alcoholic drink. Let's say if you come to Japan, go to the restaurant, you order a glass of sake, Japanese people would be confused because once again, sake, the word itself means alcoholic drink. So it can be wine, it can be beer, it can be even cocktails, grappa whiskey, anything includes the alcohol, we call it sake. Instead, in Japanese, we call this drink, the one we're gonna taste later on, we call it Nihonshu. Nihon means Japan, shu, again, other way around to pronounce this word, sake. So Nihon, Japan, shu, alcoholic drink, so it means Japanese alcoholic drink. You might already know this drink is always be a center of our custom. It's a national drink from Japan, and it has over 2,500 years of history. It's made by rice and water, and the diet of the rice we learned from the mainland China. Throughout Korean peninsula, we learn, it's imported to Japan, and then now again in Japan, the rice is main diet, and it's so natural that we made alcohol out of it. So it's been a while. I moved to here, and then doing the sake promotion, I got lots of. I heard lots of words, which is rice wine. People call the sake as a rice wine. So the question is that, is this drink really wine? The answer is really no. Yes, it is fermented drink, same as wine, but sake, we don't really use any fruits. We don't really use the grapes, but instead we use the rice, the grain. But the word wine is very useful word to explain what the sake is, because the Japanese people treat Japanese people treat the sake exactly the way you or Western people treat the wine. So we enjoy as aperitif. We do enjoy with the food. Some people care about, food pairing. And then if you like to, we drink after the meal. And then if you don't know how to drink, you're gonna be in a big trouble, hungover, and then you don't know anything. You forget about everything, and then you feel guilty next day. So exactly the same. Some, European people or non-Japanese people drink the sake bottoms up because traditional sake glass looks like a shot glass. But once again, do you really do the bottoms up with a good wine? I don't think so. So when you're having a sake, please do sip, 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 same as the wine. Enjoy the nose, enjoy the body, enjoy the color, although we don't really have a color difference. And then enjoy the body, finish, and then such and such. Other question I always get is sake spirit? And then, yes, it looks like a spirit. It looks like vodka because it's just watercolor, but it is alcohol. But the answer is no, it's not a distilled beverage. It's not a spirit. So it's nothing to do with a whiskey or gin, grappa, or vodka. Sake, average alcohol contents of the sake is about 15 to 16%. By law in Japan, if the sake is more than 22%, this liquid no longer allowed to call as sake. It just needs to be called as a general alcoholic drink. The highest alcohol content sake that I ever tasted was 21.5%, and it was a big boy. But in general things, it's 15 to 16%, slightly higher than wine. It's similar to sherry strengths. So what is the ingredients of the sake? We got 4 ingredients, rice and water. This is something that you can guess. We also have koji and then the yeast. Let's go one by one. So the first one is the rice. We got two types of the rice in general. One is table rice, which you enjoy as a meal, used for the sushi rice. The other one is sake rice. Compared to table rice and then the sake rice, what's the difference between is that, first of all, is the size. Sake rice is much bigger than the table rice because we need to polish the rice, the grain, much smaller for the sake making. Whereas table rice, you don't have to polish that much. You just need to get rid of outer shell, brown husk, in order to eat. And then also, sake rice has more concentration of the starch compared to the table rice. That's the difference. Before the summer, which is the rainy season in Japan, which is almost the end of the May or beginning of the June, the rice farmers start planting the rice plant. Wherever you see the green, they already plant the little rice plant. Wherever you see the reflection of the mountain, they will put the plant. Planting the rice, it needs to be mud, not the soil, but it needs to be the watery mud. Over the summer, rice plant nicely grown, and just the end of the summer, beginning of the autumn, right beginning of the autumn, the rice is nicely grown and then ready to be harvested. Rice farmer usually harvest the rice the end of the August or beginning of the September because the rice needs to be rested in order to be eaten or used for sake making. So in the month of September, rice will be resting, and then beginning October, it's ready to start the sake fermentation. Already. So the next ingredient is a water. Like Hiroyuki was talking about earlier, yes, water has 2 different style. One is hard water, the other one is soft water. That's all about mineral content. So when you're talking about hard water, it has more mineral content in it. Soft water, less mineral content. But what's the difference? What is the mineral means for the sake fermentation? Mineral is almost like a food for the enzyme for the fermentation. So once again, hard water with lots of mineral. If you're using that water, because mineral higher, it has more food for the enzyme, fermentation goes more faster and aggressive, and the end product, sake, become more bigger body, more complex, and then more heavy sometimes. When you're using soft water for the sake making, meaning less mineral, less food for the enzyme for the fermentation, so the fermentation goes more gentle, more slow, so the end product sake become more light, delicate, more aromatic, and then more rounder. So water is something that you cannot really transport from one place to the other place. So the quality of the water showcase the regionality. Okay, so let's move on to the third ingredient, which is koji. Koji is such a mysterious things for everyone, including Japanese people. Because if you pick random Japanese people and asking what is koji, I think 80% of Japanese people cannot really answer what it is. Okay, so this is fungus. It's a mold. Like we have mold for cheese, it's similar thing to that. So it's a human safe bacteria, but because of the koji, we can break the starch of the rice into glucose, and by adding the yeast will produce the alcohol. So without koji, there's no alcohol made by the rice. So it's such a important thing for the sake making. You see the fluffy things the picture on the left side. It's a koji fungus cultivated on the surface of the rice. It's the steamed rice on the left side. It's similar. I mean, looks like a normal eating rice, but after 48 hours of koji making, koji rice nicely cultivated on the surface of the rice, and the rice look like more solid cream white color, and then you start releasing chestnut sweet smell. So I like to talk about the last ingredient, yeast. This is the easiest, I would say. Like we have beer yeast, bread yeast, we do have sake yeast as well. And yeast is the one who decides
Recording in progress.
smell or the aroma of the sake. So it depends on what kind or what type of yeast the producer decide. That's the way the sake smells. Today we will have Shirakabegura Junmai Daiginjo. They use banana style yeast, so you can get the smell, a touch of banana notes. Anyway, before I pass to Hiroyuki, I'd like to briefly talk about the sake process. This is the easiest way to show it. It looks very simple, but believe me, it's very complicated. But today, it's not a study, group, but it's just an event to have fun. So I just trying to make it more simple. Anyways, let's talk about the first process. So first, sake producer get the unpolished rice, which is the brown rice. You get the brown husk. They need to polish the rice before to start the fermentation. And this polishing ratio is the hectic number, because polishing ratio usually to be like 50%, 45%, sometimes 80%. And then people think this number is alcohol level. I mean, of course, I don't even want to put alcohol level with 70% of a liquid in my, in my mouth. But yeah, don't get confused. This number is what called polishing ratio. Just for you to get the idea, eating rice is polished down to 90%, 90, meaning 10% of the outer shell is removed away. And then whatever the remaining at the center, 90% is the one we eating for the sushi rice or any other rice. So of course, unpolished rice is polishing ratio 100%. And as the number goes smaller, more polishing. So Hiroyuki, what's the polishing ratio of the Junmai Daiginjo we are tasting today?
Yeah, that would be the 45%. So which means 55% has been taken away. Yes.
Right. So more than half of the rice of the outer shell is removed away, and only 45% of the center core is used for the sake that we're tasting later on. As the rice is polished more and more, sake become more delicate. When the polishing ratio is bigger the number, sake has still keep the umami of the rice. So bigger the polishing number, it gets more like a bigger body, more complex, and a more high umami. So once again, we're gonna taste 45% of that polishing ratio later on. So this is polishing machine. It's huge. It's almost like 4 meters high. And then polished down to 50%, the half the rice, it takes about 48 hours. It takes a long time. So after the rice is polished, we need to wash, soak in the water, and then we need to steam. After that, we move on to koji making. You see the kind of smoky things at middle of the photo. That's koji fungus. Koji fungus is the powder shape. First, we need to get the steamed rice and then sprinkle the koji fungus on top of it. And then after that, we need to massage, to make sure all the koji fungus powder is spread into the rice. This is a koji room. It's tiny room, high in temperature and high in humid because that's what, fungus loves. It takes 48 hours to cultivate the koji fungus. And then this is towards the end of koji rice, towards the end of the koji rice making. When the koji fungus cultivate on the surface of the rice become less sticky. So the sake producer makes the wavy texture with the fingers because by making this wavy texture, it has more surface of the rice to touch the air, so the koji can breathe and then they can control the temperature. And I think it's one of the beautiful, art of the sake. So once the koji is done, koji is made, we move on to main mash. So this is main mash day 1. It looks like a rice porridge, or I should say it looks like rice and water. But first they producer put the steamed rice, koji rice, water, and then yeast. And every day it's not even mixed, but puddle every day to make sure all the ingredients are nicely mixed. And this is day 40. And actually this is a video and I like to play because I like you to see sake main mash is alive. It's something live. So please pay attention. The bubble will come from the bottom of the main tank, and that's how it shows the enzyme is alive. You see the bubble? It means fermentation is nicely going. And this bubble is all about C2O. Yeah, C2O. And there's no oxygen. So every time I visit to, sake producer, I open the main tank, this vinyl plastic lid, and then all this nice sake smell comes out. So that makes me, keen to put my head into the tank to smell even more sake, nice aroma, but there's no oxygen over there. So I always cough because of that. But that's, how the sake main tank is alive. Anyways, average main mash will take about 35 to 40 days to finish the fermentation. And then after that, we need to press because look at the photo. The main mash looks like rice porridge. It's just white color, but the sake we know it's water clean color. It needs to be pressed. So the last process of the sake making is a pressing. After we press the sake, we get the sake leaves. It's left over. Because this sake leaves is taken, sake can be water clear color. We never ever waste this sake leaves. Sake leaves is used for amazake. It's a non-alcoholic sake drink. Even the kids can drink. And also we marinate the meat with the sake leaves because sake leaves, including koji, will make the meat more tender. So this is another thing very popular to use for the cooking in Japan. Just for information, my company Tazaki does also sell sake leaves at our online shops. If you're interested, please go ahead and check. I think that's all from me. Oh, yeah, before we go in that, I'd like to talk about categories. So today we are talking, we are tasting Junmai Daiginjo. But before that, sake generally can be divided into 2 levels. One is Futsushu, table sake. The other one is Tokutei Meishoshu, premium sake. Forget about table sake because we're not tasting today. I'm talking about premium sake now. Premium sake can be divided into 6 different categories. And then we are tasting Junmai Daiginjo today. Junmai Daiginjo means we only use 4 key ingredients: rice, water, koji, and yeast. And then dai, very, ginjo, aromatic. So Junmai Daiginjo is very aromatic sake made by rice, water, yeast, and koji. So I think I'm going to pass on to Hiroyuki. Thank you very much, everyone, and let's enjoy the tasting.
this Shirakabegura Mio, this is sparkling sake. So this is really different from the traditional type of sake. So this Shirakabegura Mio, alcohol content just 5%. So as Hiroko explained, usually the sake contains around 15, 16% of alcohol, but this Mio only contains 5%. So it's like a beer, so very easy to drink, and especially very good for drinking in these summer hot and humid day. So as you knows and also the taste this meal, taste is very sweet, and also the has the slight fruity flavor as well. But we haven't added any sugar or sweetener. So this sweetness came from only the natural fermentation of rice. So we haven't added any flavor or sugar. So the reason how come this sparkling sake has the more sweetness is that we stopped the fermentation earlier compared to the regular sake, so that still the sugar content remains in the liquid. So we are using the sake rice blending of the different Japanese variety of rice. And the rice polishing ratio is 60%. So actually they are similar to the ginjo sake. And also the this one, we only use 4 ingredients: rice, water, yeast, and the koji. So also this is very much equivalent to the junmai category as well. So this sake, as you know, it's like prosecco or other sparkling wine. So we definitely recommend served cold, chilled. Yeah.
Any comment, anyone? Have you already tried?
Can I say one thing?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
When I do, in-store tasting, or when I have a meeting with a sommelier at the restaurant, to sell meal to the restaurant, I get a lot of, comments saying that this is too sweet as well.
Right.
I mean, I like the sweetness, but, if you like the dry wine, it might be too sweet. And what I always, suggest to those people, especially in a retail store, if you think this is too sweet, grab the wedges of the lime or lemon, squeeze it in the glass, drop it. That makes the meal sparkling even drier, and then actually it's really, really good.
Yes, yes, yeah. That's exactly what I wanted to.
I'm sorry. I should close my.
No. Thank you very much for
Yes.
Yeah.
And over the Christmas, you can even put a piece of raspberry or a slice of the strawberry to make it even more prettier. And that fruit release the nice smell, aroma of the fruit, and then that makes meal sparkling even more attractive. So that's another way to enjoy the meal.
Yes, yes. So this meal is ideal for the aperitif, before meal, and also it's very good to matching with the fruits or dessert. Yeah, these sort of dishes, I think.
Yeah, we've got lots of comments. Let's go through. It's lovely by Laura, and a beautiful drink by Gemma. It's one of my favorite by Sinid. Beautiful taste, we like it by Natasha. Very nice by Sophie. Very drinkable, would definitely buy by Philippa. Beautiful, always goes down well by Gavin. Really lovely, can taste apples by Dad.
Nice.
Mm.
I like that.
Very delicious by Anna. Very good by Mara. Does it come in bigger bottles by Laura? Laura definitely.
At the moment, we only have this 300 ml and also a much smaller 150 milliliter. But we are planning to import the larger bottle, 750 milliliter bottle. And I think that will be around autumn time or later this year. Yes.
That's
Please
good
send
news.
all the inquiry to the supermarket.
Oh.
Because selling to the supermarket is not easy. So if customer inquiry, Kazaki can sell those big bottles to the supermarket. So please help us. We are bringing a big bottle, yes, for sure.
Great. Good. Right. Okay. Yeah, the Sinead said we'll definitely get the bigger bottle. Great share with friends. Yeah, that's lovely. Sharing with friends. Yeah. I see. Shall we move on to the
Yes. Okay, so shall we move to the next one? This is Shirakabegura Junmai Daiginjo. This is the most premium sake we have from Shirakabegura. So alcohol content is 15%. So regular strength for sake around 15%. Yeah, could you open the bottle and pour to your favorite glass, please? So this sake, we are using the sake rice called Yamada Nishiki. Yamada Nishiki is the one of the best rice for sake brewing. It's sometimes called king of sake rice. And this Yamada Nishiki, we are using the specifically grown in Hyogo Prefecture. Hyogo Prefecture is the prefecture where the Kobe is located. So we are using the local rice and also and polished to 45%. As Hiroko explained before, so which means we took the 55% of rice away. So we are only using the really center part of rice. So very small part of rice, which makes the final sake has really fruity and delicate note. So when you nose this sake, I think you would feel the really sort of banana or nectarine banana type of aroma.
Sinead says smells slightly of licorice.
Yes. Yeah,
That one.
Also, yes, there's some kind of like herb,
medicine, like
herb, like sage, yeah, mint, yeah.
The licorice and an aniseed, it's very typical aromatic smell of the sake. We call ginjo aroma, and it tends to be licorice and an aniseed. So yeah, it was very good comment. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. So taste-wise, it's like a little bit of dry, yeah, a medium dry taste. And this one, usually the Junmai Daiginjo, since most of the Junmai Daiginjo category has the really delicate and fruity aroma. So usually we recommend drunk either chilled, cold, or at room temperature. But for this Junmai Daiginjo, it will also be good and not too hot, but just slightly warm. That could also be nice. Yeah, that's my opinion.
You know, Hiroyuki, what I have in front of me now?
Yep.
I got the goat cheese.
Oh, cheese. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because this sake has nice aroma, like Hiroyuki said, like slightly like a nectarine or banana, but it's not like too sweet. It has a nice dryness. So, goat cheese with a slight, this
yes.
And then a slight saltiness does go beautiful marriage.
Yes.
When you're having a sake, don't limit yourself only sushi, sashimi, ramen, and such. Just forget about it. I mean, sake is Japanese, but forget about the food, Japanese food. Let's go for hamon or, crackers or the cheese.
Yes.
Can be even pizza, because pizza has lots of tomato in it, and tomato has lots of umami, cheese umami. So yeah, you can try any worldwide international food and then find your favorites.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. So yeah, like for example, Greek salad, Greek salad. Yeah, using these cheese. Yeah, would also be good. Yeah, and also sometimes Thai green curry. Yeah, this sort of dish would also be nice with this Junmai Daiginshi. Yes.
Mm, I see.
Yum.
Some comments. Sophie says too strong for me. I'm not
Oh,
enough. Maybe compared to Mio, this is a proper alcoholic.
That's
yeah.
true,
So
yes.
sometimes, it's good that you could also add some ice, to reduce the alcohol volume strength. Yeah, that would also be good. Yeah. I
Oh,
think.
that's a good tip. And Gavin says it's so smooth. I love it. And Kate says might be good with blue cheese.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
I wish I have it with me.
Gemma says it's lovely. I've only drunk a meal before, so it was a bit of a shock, but I really like it. I see.
Welcome to second world.
And Philippa is wondering how long does it keep once opened? I
That's a
think
good
this is a
question.
big question. Many of people wondering.
Yeah. I think once open, of course, you have to put into the refrigerator, but I would say 4 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, around 4 weeks or 1 month. Yeah. Of course, the shorter than that would also be would be the best, because sake fresher the better. So yeah. But if you put into the fridge, the quality decreasing speed would be, I mean, the shelf life would be a little bit longer. But still, we recommend at least no longer than a month. Yeah. How do you think, Hiroko?
I mean, it is a really good question, how long sake can be kept. And my answer is depends on which sake you're talking about. And I would say if the sake is made by artisanal small producer, the life is very short. So I would say, as soon as possible. I always say sake is like a fish. Fresher is better. And then sake is designed to be drunk within a year before you open them.
Yeah.
Once you open the bottle, you don't have to wait anything. Please don't wait for any special occasion. Drink everything. And I think you cannot wait to finish the bottle. But I would say Takara Brewery is such a big company, and then they, they do lots of laboratory, tests to see how long the sake can be. So Shirakabegura sake can be longer, life. I would say this small bottle, 300 ml, I'm pretty sure you're gonna drink up tonight. But if you like to keep, I would say a week or 10 days, you can keep it. But in general, please don't wait. Fresher is better for the sake.
Yeah, fresher is better, yes.
And then meal, I don't think you can wait until 10 days, but because of the bubble, tonight, okay?
Yes.
That's my answer.
Yeah, Gavin says we'll finish this one with our katsukari tonight.
Oh, sounds really good.
Really
Are you
good.
gonna invite me to come over? Can I come?
Not sure.
Sorry.
Right. Laura has a question about, is there such a thing as an aged sake similar to wine? That's maybe Hiroko.
Oh, it's me.
Mm.
Yes, there is. And actually, we as Tazaki, we import sake from 1988. I think most of you are younger than that, sake. Sake itself, like I was talking to you earlier, sake needs to be drunk within a year, but some of the sake are designed to be aged. And that kind of sake has more higher in acidity, higher in umami, because higher in acidity protects to collapse the sake flavor. So higher acidic sake is, overall good to be aged. But when you're talking to my grandfather generation, aged sake is rubbish sake for them because they think whatever the age is left over, that people didn't buy it, didn't consume it. But we are 2021. We're trying to find different way to enjoy the sake, and there is some sake producer who does only the aged sake. And then for me, aged sake smells like, excuse myself, but smells like soya sauce. Yeah, it's not attractive at all. It smells like soya sauce, smells like a mushroom, but please, tastes really nice. Tastes like oloroso, sherry oloroso. The color is like a caramelized, oloroso color, the brown color, but it has a touch of sweetness, coming from the rice, and it has complexity, high in acidity. It goes well with the hamon or caramel dessert, or I can even pair with foie gras, like you to pair with port wine. So if you see the aged sake, please give a try. It's a bit pricey because it's old, but it's worth to try it. Yeah, there is such a thing called aged sake. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. So unfortunately, we haven't been produced the aged sake yet, but we are really keen on producing the aged sake. Yeah. So yeah, I think we would like to introduce in the near future. Yeah.
Oh, wow, exciting.
Hey, thank you. So we've got Yuzu Shu
Okay.
next.
Yep. Okay, so we will move on to the last one. This is Kyoyuzu. So this is not sake, but the liqueur made with shochu. Shochu is Japanese spirits. It's like a vodka or rum, so distilled product. And there are many different shochu. Some shochu are distilled from rice. Some shochu are distilled from barley or sweet potato. For this kyoyuzu, we are using the barley shochu. And then we have added the natural yuzu juice and also the sugar to this product. So alcohol content is 12%. So this one, I would recommend, of course, you could enjoy by itself, but also you could put some ice or mix with soda or tonic water. And also you could use as one of the ingredients for cocktail as well. So just could you pour into the your favorite glass, please? Yep.
Hiroyuki, one more thing that we can do with this yuzu shu.
Yes.
You can even pour over vanilla ice cream.
Yes.
Like affogato, but not coffee. It's really, really, really good.
Yes.
And today it's a bit rainy, it's cloudy, but think about the summery days. It's so pleasant, nice treat for dessert.
Yes.
It's my favorite. It's a Japanese limoncello, I would say.
Yes. So, very similar aroma and taste. of limoncello, yeah. Except the this is the alcohol content is lower compared to limoncello, but really similar taste and aroma. Yes, yes.
Hiroyuki, can you please tell us what kyo yuzu? I know what yuzu is, but why kyo yuzu?
Yes, yes. Sorry, I forgot to explain.
So curious.
But kyo yuzu, kyo means shortened word for Kyoto. So this product is manufactured in our Kyoto brewery, Fushimi Brewery. And we are using the yuzu specifically grown in Kyoto area. In the old days, Kyoto area is very famous for the nice yuzu growing. So, and even now, some of the small farmers still growing the yuzu in Kyoto area. So we are using the yuzu from Kyoto area. So this yuzu from Kyoto has the really distinctive, good tangy citrus note. Yeah, and also the I would recommend, this is kind of just a new style of drinking, but if you still have the glass of milk, you could just add the tiny amount of this yuzu liqueur.
Nice. I can see everyone is doing that.
Yeah. So by adding the this yuzu liqueur, meal's sweetness will be a little bit going away, and also the adding the slight citrus refreshing touch. So of course it depends on the your preference, but I think it will be also a good way to enjoy kyo-yuzu and the meal together.
Right, here is the Philippa says, lovely with fever tree tonic. So it must be nice mixing with.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. And Kate and Paul says it's really lovely. I think it might be nice in other desserts, like add to cream for shuban.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Right. And then Gemma is asking, how long does the yuzu shu keep for once opened?
Okay. So this one is different from the sake product. So we are using the barley shochu, which is a distilled product. So compared to the sake, which is fermented product, shelf life would be longer. So once you open, you put into the fridge. But I would say, yeah, 6 months would be maximum. Yes, yeah. But
I think I'm pretty sure everyone can finish within 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the difference is the this is we are using the distilled alcohol, shochu. So different from sake. So it has a longer shelf life. So this is like the same as the fruits liqueur. Yeah.
Thank you everyone to join the event today. And it was such an honor for me to talk about the sake today. And I had such a fun to drinking with everyone. I like to mention one thing. In our website, Yutaka Online, that's our company's online shop. One of the sake that you tried today, Mio Sparkling 300 ml. If you put the request, we can put into the special gift box and then back. So if you put the request, we're gonna put the Mio 300 ml into the nice decorated box like this, and then we also put the bag together. So it's nice for, I don't know, Christmas gifting and such. So yeah, it's an option that I like to mention today. And then also, One of the sake you tasting today is a Junmai Daiginjo, which is this one. We call little three brothers. We got same size but different flavors. This one is, as you already tasted today, aromatic. This one right here, sorry, the middle, is more rounded and mild. And the last one right here is umami, full of umami. So those three tasting set, 300 ml, we sell Yutaka online as a set. If you like to do as a gift, 1 second, we will put it in the gift box and then we're gonna send like this. You see it? Nice gift box. So online store, it has an option to do this. So just for the information, it's nice for the birthday present or Mother's Day, Father's Day. It's already passed, but ready for the Christmas. So that's all. Everyone, thank you very much. And it was nice to meet you. ありがとうございます。ありがとう。